Hello students, very good morning. This is Anil Kumar, your zoology faculty. Welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir, a temple for learning. Students, in previous class we discussed about the phylum, Annelida and classification. And today I am going to teach you the new phylum, that is Arthropoda. Students, Arthropoda is a very important phylum. It is the largest phylum in the animal kingdom because of there are so many varieties of Arthropoda species where it is exist in the world. Okay, so now I am going to teach you the next phylum is Arthropoda. So here what is the main information it is given here. Take a look here. It is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. That means it is a nearly 9 lakh species are exist in the world. So here how many species? It is a 9 lakh species are exist in the world. So that equivalent to the 2 to 3rd or about 60 to 70% of arthropodas are available in the world. Okay, so that is what is that? The 9 lakh species, that is equivalent to the 60 to 70% of arthropoda in the world. And many of the Arthropoda phylum, it shows the heterogeneous group. What is the meaning of heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means it shows the various diversity and functional diversity, structural diversity and feeding diversity and habitat diversity and so on. So here Arthropoda shows heterogeneous group, and here the animals is differing in the structure. For suppose you can see the body structure is to be differ from the one arthropoda to another arthropoda, and their habitat, that means some of the arthropodas are exist in the aquatic and some of them are exist in the terrestrial. And at the same time feeding, the feeding is actually what is that some of them having the poisonous needles like scorpion, you can take an example now. At the same time the feeding and how the mouth parts is there now. Okay, so that is also very important. Okay, at the same time, and other characteristics means whether it is shows the respiratory system and our tracheal system or bronchial system, etc. Okay, and open circulatory system, and that is all are coming from the comes under other characteristics. So finally what you understand in the heterogeneous group, the animals of arthropodas of some animals, it is differing their structure, habit and feeding and their under the characteristics. Now common example you can see, student, what are the common example? Here a well-known example we are already seen, and in our daily life it is that cockroach is a basic example for the arthropoda, and followed by what is the butterfly. You can also see in the butterfly, it is available in our nature. Okay, and the crab and a prawn and a spider and a centipede, mosquito, honeybee, these are the common examples of arthropoda. Fine. So this is about the information, this is the introduction information, student. Next we will next slide I am going to teach you, that is features of arthropoda. So students, you can see this is about the general features of arthropoda. Okay, so here mainly marine or ocean, a limulus. Okay, limulus, you can see this is a limulus. So the limulus, it is also known as the shoe-shaped crab. Shoe-shaped crab. A shoe-shaped crab, this is about the limulus. It is the habitat about the limulus is here is marine or ocean, and the fresh water, that is a Daphnia. You can see the Daphnia. So this is about the second example of this one is a Daphnia. Okay, and another one is a land. Okay, land, you can take an example of this one is locust. Okay, locust, this one is example of third one is locust. And air, housefly and as well as the mosquito. You can see the fourth example for this one is a mosquito. So what you understand, student, that it is a best example for the heterogeneous group. Arthropoda shows the heterogeneous group, that means it is there, shows the different habitat. For example, you can see limulus shows the marine habitat, Daphnia shows the freshwater habitat, and another one is air. If you could take an example of air habitat, that mosquito and as well as what is that locust is a land. Okay, So these are the common examples for habitat, right? So the next slide is talking about the body symmetry. Students, I told you already what is that. If you know, if you are well known about the animal classification of gender, some features, it is so easy to remember all the phylum easily. So the next another thing is that body symmetry. So body symmetry, you know already what is the meaning of bilateral symmetry. A plane of axis passes to the center of the body and gives two equal right halves and left halves. So this is about the bilateral symmetrical animal. So this is a very important point. Level of organization. It shows the organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. Germ layers. As you know, germ layers, how many germ layers you know? There are three. What are they? The first one is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. So these three germ layers are formed during embryonic development. So obviously it is a triploblastic organism. Segmentation. And the first segmented animal we are observed in the Annelida. And the second phylum also, that is Arthropoda, also shows the what that the body of Arthropoda is that segmented. This is also very important, student. So the first phylum, what is that? Segmented. Which phylum is the first segmented animal? The answer is Annelida. And another one, the second segmented is nothing but Arthropoda. So the Arthropoda body is also a segmented body itself. And coelom. Coelom is also called as a body cavity. Okay. Body cavity. Generally what you know the body cavity, here the ectoderm and mesoderm and endoderm. The mesoderm is lined by a coelom. Okay. So the true coelom is present, and here the visceral organs are present in the body cavity or coelom. Visceral organs, some specialized organs is present in the body cavity. So the detailed information about the visceral organ, this one is that we are going to learn in the structural organization in animals. That is a cockroach, detailed cockroach information. We will explain these things. Okay, we will discuss these things. Okay, now the next another one is body form. This is a very, very important point, student. Definitely one neat question will come. Okay, so what is that mean in this case? You can see. So the majority of the Arthropoda, the body form is a waterproof material, that is a exoskeleton it is. So that waterproof exoskeleton is made up of a chitin. Okay, what is this? A chitin. So chitin is actually, it is a one type of carbohydrate. It is a polysaccharide. Generally the carbohydrates are differentiated into monosaccharides, disaccharide and polysaccharide. So it is one of the polysaccharide, and polysaccharide is again differentiated into, subdivided into two types, homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. So the chitin is a homopolysaccharide of N-acetyl glucosamine. Okay, so the structural the structural orientation that we are explained in the detailed manner in the biomolecules lesson, student. So this is you need to concentrate what is the chitin, that you need to remember, that's it. The detailed information structural analysis that we are going to learn in the biomolecules lesson. Okay, so the chitin is a homopolysaccharide of N-acetyl glucosamine, and this is a very, very important point, student. So the exoskeleton made up of chitin, and the chitin is a homopolysaccharide of N-acetyl glucosamine. Next, the chitinous exoskeleton, what it can do? What it can do? It is a provide a protection. Okay, provide a protection against from the other pathogens or other harmful conditions, etc., and support to the body. You can take an example. At the same time, it is prevents the loss of water due to evaporation. So the three important functions are performed by that chitinous exoskeleton of Arthropoda. What are they? The first one is a provide a protection against the some pathogens or some harmful conditions, and provide a support to the body, and also it is prevents the loss of water due to evaporation. Now we can see a leaf. One of the leaf is there. In the leaf, there one insect is to be present. No, you can observe there is a exoskeleton, right? So this is exoskeleton. So in this exoskeleton, it can perform what we discussed, that the function it perform easily. So this is about the body form, student. In the body form, you need to concentrate about the chitin and chitin is a homopolysaccharide of N-acetyl glucosamine, and what are the function. This is the main important things it is. Okay, next another slide is talking about a digestive system. Okay, I am taking the example of this one is that, okay, Periplaneta americana, it is a scientific name for the cockroach. Periplaneta, it is a scientific name for the cockroach, student. Okay, Periplaneta americana, it are simply Periplaneta, it is a scientific name for cockroach. If you observe the cockroach digestive system, what you observe now, there is a, in the previous one is we can represent the, there is a mouth, and this one we can represent the, what is that, there is a anus is there now. So finally there are two openings. Okay, there are two openings in this one now. So the first opening is the mouth and second opening is an anus now. So once there are two separate openings are present in the cockroach digestive system. So obviously what the type of digestive system is, that is complete digestive system. That means the complete digestive system, that means what is that, there are two separate openings are there, that is one is a mouth and another one is that anus. So it is a complete digestive system. And one more important thing is that majority of the digestion of the food is to be happens in the extracellular only. So outside of this body it is that extracellular only. And there are separate in the digestive system itself, there are some special digestive glands are there, student. Okay, so the digestive glands is responsible for secrete digestive enzymes which helps in the digestion. Now you can see the digestive system of the cockroach. There is a salivary gland secrete the saliva, and salivary reservoir, and oesophagus, and a crop. It is this crop is actually, it is responsible for the, what is that, grinding of the food material. Okay, what it can do, it is responsible for the grinding of food material. Grinding of food materials. Now another one is followed by, there is a gizzards is present now, and a enteric cecum and a mesenteric or midgut, and the Malphizian bodies are tubules. It is a helps in the excretion, and another one is that ileum and colon, and finally rectum. So these are all these important parts about the digestive system of the cockroach. So the detailed information of the digestive system of the cockroach, that we will learn in the structural organization in animal, student. Only this is only the features only we are going to teach you now. So the features, what is the digestive system? The type of digestive system is complete, and it is extracellular digestion, secrete digestive enzymes, helps in the digestion. That is important, it is in this case. Next feature is talking about the respiratory structures. This point is a very, very important point, student. So generally in the arthropoda, various structures are present, various respiratory structures are present. These respiratory structures perform the same function only, that is involving the respiration. So what is that? There are various types of respiratory structures are present in the arthropoda, and these structures are adapted to facilitate the passage of oxygen from the environment across the body surface. So it performs the same function. It is that, what is that? It is adapted to facilitate the passage of air or oxygen from the environment to the across the body surface. And the first respiratory structure we're talking about, the gills. Okay, so the gills is actually, you can see, arthropoda, aquatic arthropoda. I am taking the example of this one is that black prawn. The black prawn, you can see where it is the gills is appears here. Now you can see this part, the circle part we can represent, this one is called a gills. So generally gills are present in the fishes, but in case of that arthropoda also made up of what is that, a gills, it is a perform the, what is that, there is a perform the oxygen from the passage of oxygen from environment to across the body. So this is about the example for this one is a black prawn, the black prawn having a gills. Fine. So the next, another type of the respiratory structure, the second type of respiratory structure, it is a very, very important point, student. Definitely they will ask the neat questions itself. Book lungs. book lungs are present in the scorpion and spider. So I am taking the example of this one is that scorpions. Okay, so these are modified book gills. What is the book gills? I will tell you later now. So these are the modified form of the book gills. Generally we have a gills, book gills and tracheal system. There are so many respiratory structures are available student in arthropoda. And the first one we already explained now, that is a gills is a present in the black prawn, and another one is a book lungs is a present in the scorpion and lung and spider also. So what are the book lungs? Book lungs are it is a modified form of the book gills. Now you can carefully observe this in the Scorpio. Scorpio you can see, ignore the remaining part. Okay, you can talking about only the book lungs only, right? So this, the black color line, you can see the black color line. This is represents the, you can see the line is to be drawn now. This one, this line, this box, what is that? It is appears like this only. So what about this one is indicate? This is only represents the book lungs. Book lungs. So the lungs is to be appear as in the form of the, okay, and appears in the form of like book only. No. So in this, what you observe now, there is a the red color mark itself. What is that? It is a blood flow is between the lamellae. Okay, so the pink color, the yellow color, this blue color part is called the lamellae of lungs, and there is a atrium, and there is a air flow. The blue color line is represents the air flow. Okay, so here in the scorpions, the lungs is to be appears is in the form of like a book. Okay, that's what it's called as a book lungs. Okay, it is a modified form of the book gills. So see student, this is a very well known example are scorpion and spider. Definitely they will ask students, what are the examples of book lungs example? Scorpion and spider. Gills example. Another one is prawn. Fine. Next is a slide is talking about book gills. So book gills is present in the limulus. I told you limulus, what is the meaning of limulus? Limulus is a shoe-shaped crab. A shoe-shaped crab. If you observe what is present in the many plate-like structure is called the lamellae. So where it is the book gills are present now. Now you can carefully observe these structures. Okay, so this structure, what is called as a book gills. So book gills is actually it is having there are many plates are there student. For suppose you can draw this one no, like this is there, many plates is there no, like this way. This is about the many plates are present like this way no. So these are all, if you observe this structure, it is look like this way only. So the book gills is to be having that the limulus having the book gills, and this having the many plate-like structure. This many plate-like structure what we call no, that is called lamellae. Okay, so this is about the internally there is called as the lamellae. So the whole thing is we call it as the book gills. The book gills is actually there is so many in the book is actually there are so many pages is there no. So those pages is a resemblance to the what is that lamellae. The lamellae is to be arranged as a one and another. Okay, so that is about the lamellae. Book gills we can observe in the limulus, also called as the shoe-shaped crab. Okay, so the next respiratory structure, very important respiratory structure, that is that tracheal respiratory system. Generally it is made up of the tubes. So those tubes is responsible for a gas exchange system is made up of the branching elastic air tubes is called the trachea. So here what is that? Here's a tracheal respiratory system. Generally we can observe in the cockroach, you can take an example, mosquito you can take an example, butterfly you can take an example. Now for example you can see student, I am drawing the for example cockroach. The cockroach is having there is a segment. Okay, so this is about the segment it is. So now we can carefully can see this is there is having the, okay, this is about the tubes. This is the tubes is called the tracheal trunk. Okay, tracheal trunk. So this tracheal trunk, what is that? Here is it is connected to the outside. It is connected to the outside. So what you understand in this case, it is that So the outside connectivity, there is some small pores is available now. Okay, pores. That pores we call it as. So what is this one is called? This is about the, you can see that there is a made up of the tubes. Okay, the tubes is what we call the tracheal or tracheae. Okay, this tracheae, the tubes is to be opened. You can see this tracheae is open to the directly to the open to the outside of this body cavity now. So this is a outside. The lining itself, it is called the outside one. It's opening to the outside. This having the outside is having the, there is a opening. Our pore is called, what is that? Spiracles. Spiracles. Okay, so the spiracle, you can see the diagrammatic representation here also. So what about this is a trachea, no? There is a, like this is to be, the gases exchange is to be going on like this way, no? This one, this is called the round circular part we call the spiracles. Okay, so this one you can see the tubes are open directly to the outside through the pores is called the pores. Outside pores what we call, no, that is called as spiracles. So there itself only there is a exchange of gases is takes place. Exchange of gases occurs. Exchange of gases is to be occurs with the help of spiracles. Understand, student? This is about the very, very important point. A tracheal system is seen in the cockroach and mosquito or butterfly. Okay, and how many respiratory system we discussed today's class? The first one is the gills. Gills found in the aquatic arthropoda, prawn and crab. Another one example is book lungs found in the scorpion and spider. And other one is book gills found in the limulus. Limulus is actually what is, here is known as the shoe-shaped crab. And the last one is a tracheal system. Example is cockroach and mosquito. Okay, the next another one is that circulatory system. So here the arthropoda shows the circulatory system is a open type. Now in this open type, the blood is to be flows freely within the tube of the body cavity. So here the blood is to be flow within the cavity, with the help of the alveolar muscles, anterior aorta and the chambers of the heart. So the detailed information about this cockroach, this is also cockroach circulatory system. That's a cockroach detailed information of the circulatory system that we are going to learn in the like structural organization in animals. Okay, so open type. What is the meaning of open type? The blood flows freely in the within the body cavity. That is information about circulatory system. The next another one is that excretory system. Generally arthropoda shows the two type of excretory system. That is one is that a monotelic organism. A monotelic organism means it is a excrete ammonia. That's called a monotelic organism. Generally a monotelic organism having the Malpighian body tubules. Malpighian tubules, you can see the cockroach, you can take an example of this one is there is a secret the Malpighian tubule. I told you already what is the Malpighian tubule role it is. It is a excretory in nature only. Next, uricotelic organism. Uricotelic means it secretes the uric acid. Organism secrete uric acid is called uricotelic organism. So here the green gland, you can see crayfish. Okay, crayfish you can see where it is available now. It is a green gland is available here. So this is also perform the similar role, that is excretion in nature. So very, very important point, student. Excretory system, Malpighian tubules and green gland. These are the best features about the arthropoda family. Phylum. Next, another information about like reproductive system. Reproductive system, there are separate, okay, sexes are separate. That's why we call it as the dioecious. And what about the eggs? They are laying the eggs. That's why it is called the oviparous. It is an egg-laying organisms. And here the fertilization always is internal, and the development would be here is in case of the arthropoda, it is a majority of the arthropoda shows the direct development, and but some in mosquito like Culex anopheles mosquito, Culex mosquito, anopheles mosquito, and Bombyx silkworm. Bombyx is also called as a silkworm. So these are all shows the what is that indirect development. That means that is observe the a larval stage we can observe now. So there is a development would be there are two types, indirect development and direct development. but majority of the Arthropoda shows the direct development, but in some organisms like Culex, Anopheles, Bombyx shows the indirect development. And the next feature is, that is examples of Arthropoda, students. Generally we will, some Arthropodas are very useful to the human activities. That's why it is economically useful in insects. You can see apiculture. Apiculture means, what is that? It is a culturing of the honeybees. Okay, apis is nothing but honeybee. Generally honeybee is a it is a harvesting. It is for the purpose of the production of the food and medicine. And some honeybee, it is a produce some vaccine, that is also some wax like substance is called the bee wax. That bee wax are used in the cosmetics and the paints preparation. So that is about the honeybees information. And coming to the Bombyx, Bombyx is also called as the silkworm. This silkworm is responsible for making of saris and salwas and other garments also. And Laccifer, lac insects. Laccifer or lac insect, that is act as a sealing wax. So sealing, some sealing material we can use, that is for obtaining from the Laccifer insect. It is used for the making of the bangles and toys also. So these are all economic importance are there, student. And some insects are both advantages and disadvantages there. So this is a part for the advantages to the human being. And what about the disadvantages? That is, it carries the diseases. So that is some Arthropodas, it is act as a vector. That is, it is carries the disease causing organism and is passes to the host organism. For example, you can see Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, it carries the a microbe called, what is that microbe? This carries a microbe is called the Plasmodium vivax. Plasmodium vivax. Plasmodium vivax is a causative organism for the causes of malaria. So the female Anopheles mosquito carries the Plasmodium vivax and causes the malaria. And Culex. Culex is carries, what is that? We already explained in the Aschis helminthes. What is that? Ochreria branchioftae. Ochreria species. Ochreria branchioftae is cause the filariasis or elephantiasis. And Aedes, female Aedes. Okay, female Aedes is a causes the carries dengue virus. Dengue virus. It causes the dengue fever. Xenophila. Xenophila means is a rat flea virus. Rat flea virus is a spread the plague disease. And Glossina, tsetse fly. Glossina, tsetse fly. It spread the sleeping sickness. Another one is that Polobotomus, also called as the sand fly. It transmit Kala Azar. Okay, it transmit Kala Azar. And one more example, that is that gregarious pest. Gregarious means is a group. The meaning of the gregarious means a group. Okay, so the group of Locusta or Locust. Okay, Locusta, we are already seen the recent news channels also, I think 2 weeks before. That is Locusta is a very popular. No, it is destroy the crop of all the overall India. Okay, it is also popular, the Locusta. So the gregarious pest is a very damages to the agricultural crops. To prevent this one is that they will use a pesticide, etc. Okay, so this is about the information today's class. We discuss about like Arthropoda's features. So what we discussed now today's class. Today's class, I will recall about this, how many species are exist in the Arthropoda. There are 9 lakh species are existed. That is approximately equal to the 60 to 70% of the Arthropoda. And the majority of the Arthropoda shows the heterogeneous group. That heterogeneous group, it is a differ in the form of the structure, habitat and the feeding level. And the well-known common example of this one is that cockroach and crab and spider and mosquito, etc. And the other one is habitat we discussed. Some organism shows the marine habitat or ocean. Example is the shoe-shaped crab. And another one is the fresh water. You can take an example of the Daphnia, and the air you can take an example of the mosquito, and the locust is an example for the land it is. Next, another one is we are already discussed about the body symmetry, level of organization, germ layer and segmentation, and coelom. Okay, and the same time another one is that what is the body form. Generally the body form is made up of exoskeleton. That exoskeleton is a chitinous material. The chitinous material is made up of the homopolymer of acetyl glucosamine structure. Generally it is it is requiring for the supporting and protection, and it is prevents the loss of water due to evaporation. And another one is that digestive system. If there is a complete digestive system, we can observe now, and it is extracellular digestion, and here is a secrete the digestive system enzymes, and that is helps in the digestion. And another one is also we discuss about the respiratory system. We have a different type of respiratory system, that is gills, book lungs, and another one is tracheal system. Okay, and this is about the circulatory system is of open type, and another one is that excretory system, monotelic, Malpighian, uricotelic is green gland, and another one is all this reproduction, fertilization and development and other common example. So students, today's class only for the features. In the next class, I'm going to teach you, that is remaining part about the remaining features about the arthropoda. Thank you students.